The United States uses two types of measurement systems. The first one is the customary system, which is the one that has been used for centuries and centuries, such as the cups, the gallons, the miles, the inches, pounds and tons and ounces. And then the other one is relatively new. It's the metric system, and it's the most commonly used system throughout the world. And that would be like your meters, your grams, your milligrams, your milliliters, your centimeters. And there are a lot of different careers, jobs that use these measurement systems, and you have to be able to convert within the measurement systems. And now that we've learned how to use proportions, proportions are one of the easiest ways to do measurement conversions. And that's what we're going to talk about today, or in this lesson. And our focus is mainly going to be on the customary system. So we're just going to start off with an example. First of all, you will need your mathematics chart. Your mathematics chart gives you conversion amounts within the systems. Okay, our first example. What is the weight of a 3 5/10 pound human brain in ounces? So first you need to know what it is you're converting. So you're converting pounds to ounces. Okay, so look at your measurement chart and you'll see that it tells you the 1 pound equals 16 ounces. Okay, again, just like with a lot of the examples we do, you can do this in your head or do it very simply without having to set up a proportion. But the lesson is over how to use proportions to solve. And that's what you need to do. You need to set up a proportion and use a proportion to solve this, even though there are other ways you could do it. So let's start off with what we know. We know that 1 pound, and the abbreviation for pound is LB, is equal to 16 ounces. And the abbreviation for ounces is OZ. Okay, that's what we know for sure. Then, another thing, make sure you put your labels. Then look at your problem. What are you given in your problem? You're given that the brain is 3 5/10 pounds. So I'm going to put that under my 1 pound. And we want to know how many ounces that is. That's what we're trying to solve. So here's our proportion. Now we solve it like we do a regular proportion. What is your scale factor? To go from 1 to 16, you're multiplying by 16. So do the same thing with the ounces. 3 5/10 times 16, and that will give you 56. Okay, a lot of people want to say, okay, this is my answer. And they'll say 16 ounces, 56 ounces. But that's not what it's asking. You have to go back and you want to answer the question. The question is, what is the weight in ounces? So the weight in ounces was what we solved for. It was the 56. 56 ounces. This would be your answer and label right here. Pretty easy, right? Okay, let's try another example. The height of a doorway is 2 25/100 yards. What is the height of the doorway in inches? Okay, so we're going to go from yards to inches. So look at your chart. Here's my yard right here, but it tells me 1 yard equals 3 feet, and I want to know how many inches. Well, inches is down here. So the feet is in the way. All you have to do to figure out how many inches are in a yard is multiply this 3 times 12. And that will give you 36. So 1 yard, the abbreviation is YD, is equivalent to 36 inches. Okay, now let's do our proportion. Look back at your problem. What are you given? You're given that there's 2 25/100 yards, so that's going to go here. And we're looking for how many inches? There's our proportion. Solve it. What is your scale factor? Well, your scale factor is to multiply by 36. So you do the same thing down here. And 2 2500ths times 36 equals 81. Now we want to answer our question and include our label. The question is, what is the height of the doorway in inches? And the answer was 81. So 81 inches. Okay, one more example. Ellen wants to buy 4 gallons of milk but can only find pint containers for sale. How many pints does she need? So we're going from gallons to pints. So look at our chart. Here are the gallons right here. But our pints are over here. So quarts is in the way, so we need to multiply the quarts and pints together. 4 times 2 is 8. So 1 gallon, the abbreviation is GAL, is equal to 8 pints, and the abbreviation is PT for pints. So let's set up our proportion. What are we given in our problem? We're given that there are 4 gallons, and we want to know how many pints. Scale factor, 1 times 8. Do the same thing, use the same scale factor. 4 times 8 is 32. So to answer our question, how many pints does she need? She needs 32 pints. That is our answer. Now, sometimes the problem could have been she needs 4 gallons of milk, but she can only find cup containers. How many cups does she need? Well, in that case, here's your gallon here, and the cups are all the way down here. So to find how many cups are in a gallon, you would have to multiply all of these together. 4 times 2 times 2, which would be 16. Okay, keep calm. It's only a quiz. It's actually not a quiz. It's just 3 problems that you need to work. You can go ahead and pause the video. We're going to work these 3 problems on a separate sheet of paper, and you will turn them in when you're done. Make sure that you have labels in your ratio, and that you have your answer statement or your answer and its label. So problem number 1, Ronnie uses 1 cup of milk on each bowl of cereal. How many times will he be able to have cereal with milk if he has 1 quart of milk? Problem number 2. In the United States, the annual consumption of ice cream, yum, is about 24 pints per person. How many gallons of ice cream is this per person? And problem number 3. How many people can be served 4 ounces of carrots from 8 pounds of carrots?